Hey, what's up? It's your boy Serrano. Hope all is well. So today we're going to be taking a look at a smartphone from Hotwav, and I'm grateful for them sending this over. We're going to go ahead and take a look at what this thing is going to include, and also go over the features, unbox it, and kind of just talk about everything that comes with the unboxing experience, as well as the presentation, all of the features, and kind of play around with them a little bit, and then we'll jump into a review down the line and down the road. So make sure you guys stay locked in to the end of the video. If you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through if you're new. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the features for the Hotwav Hyper 7. This is going to be a mid-range device with it says that this is their flagship chip. So they got the MediaTek Dimensity 750 5G on here. Let me go ahead and show you for this kid, zoom in. So they got the Dimensity 7050 5G, has 5G on here, 120 Hertz refresh rate, Wi-Fi 6, UFS 3.1 for faster transmission and speeds. We also do get GPS L1 and L5 for precise location for the GPS, a 10,800 milliamp per hour battery, which is crazy. We also have a 33 watts fast charging. It can do 10 watts reverse charging, 32 megapixel selfie camera, 4K recording on this device, a super LED camp light. I think it goes up to 280 lumens or something. I'll fact check that in a second. We also have a RGB light on the back, 64 megapixel rear camera, 6.6 inch full HD plus display with 2K resolution and 500 nits with LPDDR5. We also have 8 gigabytes of RAM on board with an additional 12 of virtual, and then 256 gigabytes of ROM with the Hyper Engine 3.0, military standard, IP68, water resistance and waterproofing, and IP69K, for dust and drop protection. So Android 14 running on here, and this is going to have that really nice rugged design with a price point of $319 as well. Then you're going to get a $40 coupon at checkout. I'll make sure I leave a link for this as well down below. And then the other thing is this is going to have a 120 Hertz refresh rate. So I think this is going to be a solid, rugged smartphone. Just keep in mind it's going to work on Mint, T-Mobile, Boost, but it's not going to work on cellular companies like AT&T and even Verizon. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So let's go ahead and cut open the box. I'm gonna start by just opening it up. We'll go ahead and take a look at what comes inside, do some sample pictures, test out the audio quality and the display quality, as well as some of the features on here. And then, yeah, we'll kind of just go from there. So I'm just gonna cut it open. All right, so you can see right here, this is the box. It has a smooth texture to it with the Hotwav logo or branding. It says right here on the top left right hand corner, Hyper 7, 20 gigabytes with 8 plus the 12 extended, and 256 gigabytes of internal storage. So yeah, let's go ahead and pop the top. And first, before we do that, we're gonna actually cut the tabs right here, but it also does say Hyper 7, Android 14, and then all the specs that I did mention before. So let's go ahead and cut that open right now. All right, so this is for the person who works in harsher conditions. Maybe you're a mechanic. Maybe you're going to be an outdoor service worker. You might work on the power lines or in tech, like technology, and you might be outdoors a lot. Who knows? You could be a construction worker or something like that. Anybody who just wants to have that extra layer of protection when it comes to ruggedized smartphones, okay? So right here, we do have our accoutrements, basically everything that comes inside. So we are getting a wall brick. This is gonna be the 33 watts fast charging wall brick, which is really cool. Fast charger on board, on deck. And it does have the Type-C cable plug-in for faster transmission speeds. So you will be able to charge up very fast with this smartphone. You also do have a user manual right here inside of the box. It does offer the SIM slot remover tool there, as well as your charging cable, as well as some wipes for installing, I would imagine, the screen protector. And then we have your reverse charging cable, as well as your Type-C to Type-C cable. So this is actually pretty solid that they put all of this in here. So we have all of our accessories ready to go. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the smartphone itself. I want to get it outside of the packaging real fast. And it doesn't even feel too heavy when it comes to the weight. It doesn't feel too heavy, so it is pretty solid device right here. Has a nice feel in the hand. Does have some weight to it, so I definitely feel the weight to it. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the plastic right here. All right, so the plastic is off. I kind of want to show you, we do have the camping light on the back right here. This is gonna get really bright. It's gonna light up a room and give you a nice amount of light. You also have your 64 megapixel camera, the dual LED lights. There's a secondary camera back here. We also have our power buttons, which the power button, the volume rocker, expansion. So you actually get memory expansion right here. When you pull that out, it goes in and out very easily with your finger, so you don't need a tool. So they put the tool in there, but you actually don't have to use it because this seals it right here when you push it all the way in. You have a shortcut button right here as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and peel off the screen protector. It looks like there's a screen protector on here. There is a screen protector, but there's also a film over top of it with the specs. So I'm gonna try not to peel off the screen protector. And in doing so, you can see I did raise the screen protector, so there's a little bit of bubblage going on. Let's see if I could get that out. Okay, the bubbles came right out. Once I pressed it a little bit, gave it some pressure, and now the bubbles are out of there. So yeah, let's go ahead and give it some juice. Put this in here. This is the power button right here off to the right hand side. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit that button. And this is gonna be a 2K display with 500 nits peak brightness. So it's pretty good for outdoor use. Let's wait for that to come on for a second. And yeah, I'm kind of excited to check this phone out because it's got like some power to it. It's definitely gonna have some power to it. And you can see right here, it says the start menu. So let's put this back inside of the box and kind of get this locked in here. All right, I'm gonna put the box off to the side just for a second so I can have a little bit more desk room. And a very nice presentation so far. So let's go ahead and take a look at the phone. So it says hi there right now. Let's go ahead and hit start. And then it's asking you to connect it to the mobile, your SIM card basically. Let's hit skip. Wi-Fi, so we're gonna just begin by setting up the Wi-Fi. I'm gonna enter my password. All right, so we're in there. This is connected to the Wi-Fi 6 on here. You can see the little 6 next to the Wi-Fi strip. So this is definitely pretty cool. It has a nice design to it. It feels like if you drop this phone, it's not gonna do anything. It's just a brick. In the bottom, you have your charge-in port right here. No headphone jack on here whatsoever, but on the sides it has like this metal build to it, which feels really premium. So I really like the feel of it. It looks very solid. Like it's not gonna, you know, break. It's not gonna do any damage if this hits the floor accidentally. So let's hit next. You can actually connect another device at this point. And let's hit next again. Next. It's telling you how to transmit your data from one device to another if you're switching phones right now. So right now it's just saying that. Let me pause the video real fast. All right, so I had to take that call real quick, but yeah, we're back. So yeah, it does say that we can actually connect both devices together. But if you want to skip this part, basically just say don't copy. So skip. It's gonna ask you, do you want to get the phone started? Just say don't copy, and then it's gonna skip this part. So I just wanted to show you that how it sets up the phone and everything like that. So you do get the ability to connect to your Google account. You could go ahead and skip that as well if you do desire to. But I just kind of want to get through everything so I could kind of show you the phone. So right here it's asking me for my PIN. I'm gonna go ahead and enter my PIN, my 4-digit PIN. You can make it longer, I think, but I just did, the 4 digits. And then it's asking to set up the fingerprint. So we do have a fingerprint sensor on this device. I believe we also do have facial recognition. It's telling us that the fingerprint sensor is located right here on the side. So we could just go ahead and, do it right there on the side and make sure that it's just locking in every single time. So I'm pushing it. I'm not pushing it. I'm just kind of touching it, and it's locking to my finger each time. So this is my pointer finger for my left hand, and then I'll just add my thumb on the other hand, so that way I could use both hands to unlock it. So yeah, the phone does have some weight to it, but it kind of makes it feel more valuable. It kind of makes it feel more substantial, which I do like. So yeah, this is a really solid device for the price with all the features that it has to offer. I definitely think this has a lot of features to offer, and let's go ahead and I'm looking forward to actually tapping into all of these features. So it's asking to unlock your face. It's going to say no glasses or decorations are allowed. I actually have a hat on, but I'm just going to keep that on and see if it takes it. Let me see if it's going to take it. Okay, it took. Let's go ahead. And this is where we begin the process. So actually you can get buttons or your navigation on here as well. Let's go ahead and click navigation. I like the navigation. It has this really cool mecha style background wallpaper to it, which I do like. And the phone actually feels really clean as I'm going through it. I do see they have a tool bag, a game mode, a system, maintenance, child mode. You have your Google apps on here like Files, Keep Note. You also do have other apps on here like Camping Light, which if you do want to use that, basically you could click Camping Light, and it's gonna give you close your eyes if you are sensitive to light right now, because I'm about to test out the light. So yeah, close your eyes. And this is the SOS mode. So right here is the light is blinking. And then we have the super. So this is where if you have epilepsy or something like that, close your eyes. This is kind of cool. And then we also have, so the fingerprint works right there. We have full. So this is actually super bright right now. This could light up your entire campsite, half and quarter. So that's real. If you're a mechanic and you need a flashlight, this is going to be the best option. You also do have clock, easy launcher, which is basically a simplified way to use your phone if you don't want to have all those extra stuff in there. And you can exit that. I just, let's see, exit. So in order to exit, You just hit the settings button and then hit exit desktop, and it leaves that mode. I think that's pretty cool. You could definitely save a lot of battery in that mode. The camping light is still turned on right now, so let's go ahead and turn that off. You also have camping light. You could set a timer for the camping light up here, and then right here it gives you some more tips right there. So I just turned it back off. That's really cool that it has that camping light on the back of it, which is, it's going to be really solid, and it has this nice matte material which feels really good to the touch. So yeah, definitely think that this is going to be a solid phone for the outdoors, especially if you are into being in nature or just being outdoors. This is something that's going to be a really good look for those type of situations, and just, you know, basically at the beach. I could definitely see this in many use case scenarios, in a factory or something like that. And then you have your radio right here. Let me see, plug in an earphone. So you do need type C earphones to plug that in to hear the music from the radio. Sound recorder, calculator, settings. So we have airplane mode. We have SIM and data, so you can obviously put your SIM in here. Data saver is on here, hotspot also on here. We also have NFC on here, as well as Android Auto on this one, which is really clutch. I really like the fact that they did add Android Auto and NFC on this. So that's going to be a solid amount of features as well to be able to play around with. We have our notification menu right here. So you could do the bubble notifications, the flash notifications as well. Display settings. So let's put it on the dark mode right now. It's asking us, we want to put it in the dark mode. I'm hitting yes. And yeah, now it looks a lot better. I like the dark mode way better. And yeah, let's see, we have our locks display. So lock screen, screen timeout, display appearance for the how big you want to make the text or the display look. We also have wallpaper style. So let's check out the wallpapers on here. Okay, not the craziest ones I've ever seen, but we do get a nice variety. And we also have the ability to customize our backdrop colors. This is my favorite part. I like this red kind of mixed in, and yeah, it kind of goes with the highlight on the button right here for the shortcut button. I'm gonna get to the shortcut button in a second because I like the fact that they added that. This also does have 90, 60, or 120. I'm just gonna throw on the 120 right now. We also have lift to wake and real-time network speed. So I'm just gonna throw that on just because it's giving us that option. And we also have the ability to do sound enhancement with hi-fi mode, which is already turned on. Everything like that. The haptics are on as well. You could customize those haptics, customize your ringtones. Let's listen to some of the ringtones. So that kind of like the water drop one. It's kind of subtle and not too invasive. Ringtones. Alright, so those are all the ringtones you get. You also have your apps, password and accounts, security and privacy on this one. So you can have access to all of that. Let's see, security, app security. So you can update the app security, your facial unlock and stuff like that as well. And, you know, kind of play around with it. Let's go into battery. So you do have your battery settings here. Have your battery percentage. Nothing, it doesn't really get into too much detail, but you could download AccuBattery to get more details with the battery. The storage has 256 with 14 gigabytes being used out of the box. We also do have other options right here. So fingerprint. This fingerprint is customizable, so it has return to back when you touch it, touch and hold. You can do all these shortcut features with the fingerprint. So that's actually pretty cool that they have those. Recent tasks, take a photo with the fingerprint. So you can do that. Touch and hold the fingerprint sensor to take a photo while in the camera. You can answer a call with the fingerprint. That's kind of cool. Recent tasks. So touch and hold to do recent tasks with the fingerprint. And then return to the back to the home screen with the fingerprint. You can't launch them all at the same time, but you can touch the fingerprint sensor to return to the back screen while you have take photo and answer calls on. So let me see if I hit that. Yeah, it takes me back when I touch that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. You might accidentally hit that, so just make sure that you don't accidentally hit that button. So yeah, a lot of premium features with this one. Let's go ahead and keep going down the list of features on here before we wrap up the video for the unboxing. But I definitely think this has some really good features. So we do have memory expansion, and it'll ask you to reset the device. So we'll do that later. Yeah, let's do that later. We also have the side key function. This is the one I was talking about where you get shortcuts with this little side key right here. And this is going to be really nice to have. So you have a one-click operation. You can set it up for any one of these modes right here. So start sound recording, open flashlight, screenshots, underwater camera, or any of the apps that are here. And then you could do a double-click operation with the same amount of options to choose and customize it, as well as a long press. So that's really crazy. The light realm. So this looks like this is the little LED, the RGB light on the back that you can customize. So turn off the light effect at a specific time. Incoming calls, when a phone call comes in, you can actually have a light effect. Display a light effect when there is an unread message. That's kind of cool. You also have your camera mode, select a specific app. So you get a bunch, and when it's charging, you can see a lighting effect. So let me see something real fast. I'm gonna put the charger in and see what the light looks like when I put the charger in. So you get the little RGB light on the back that lights up in green. This is kind of cool. So yeah, that's what it looks like when it's charging, and it has that little lighting effect for when it's charging. When you plug it when you plug it in with the screen off, it gives you the charging animation. Let me show you that real fast. And it did do facial recognition right there automatically. So the facial recognition is really quick, and so is the fingerprint. So lift to wake, and then it opens up with the facial unlock. Let's do that one more time. So very fast facial unlock and also fingerprint. So yeah, this is really solid. I'm liking this phone a lot so far. Let's go back. Let's go into the Smart Assist, the gloves mode. So you can use this with gloves as well. You can also go to Smart Assist right here. Let me take the charger off. And inside of here, it has some gestures to play around with. So you can see the fingerprint. If you tap that, it's gonna take you back. So you might wanna just turn that off. So you have Smart Touch right here. This gives you some gestures. And those are fun to play around with. Single tap, double click, long press, 3 seconds, no operation, auto hide. Then you have your, so those with the gestures right here, smart answering. Wait, hold on. Gestures, smart answering, 3-finger screenshot, 3-point camera. So if you 3 fingers at the same time up opens the camera. 2-point adjust. So if you slide 2 fingers up, it's going to adjust the volume. Turn the phone on silence, and in the lock screen, the phone will do a hand waving. The phone will automatically be unlocked by standby. So what's that mean? It says the phone will, what does that say? In the lock screen, the phone will hand waving distance sensor location. The phone will automatically unlock standby interface. Let me see. So if I lock it, oh, that's crazy. So I got to turn this off. This is that shortcut with the single press. So you could turn that off. Let me see. Smart assist. I'm going to turn that off. It's like a little pill button that you can have there. So yeah, this operation is cool because when the phone is locked and you wave your hand. Let me see. Did I just turn that off? When the phone is unlocked and you wave your hand, the phone will automatically go into standby. Whatever, but yeah, that's a cool feature too. I like that they have like so many different features built in for the shortcuts. And then the last thing is the smart assist, one-handed mode. So when you swipe down from the bottom, you get the one-handed operation, and you can pull notifications instead if you want to choose between those two. And then you also have your night light, which will help you when you're reading at nighttime. And to prevent mistouches, you can turn that accidental press button on. And last but not least, we got our settings, right? Our system settings for software updates right here, where we can actually access updates. And it says we're up to date right now. And then we can go here for the About phone, where we can actually see the Hyper 7's technical information. So let's open up the camera and kind of play around with this real quick. So I'm just going to take a couple of photos. So we do have nighttime mode right here. So we have nighttime mode. So I could kind of take a photo right here. We also have video mode, and this can go up to 4K. So if you go into the settings, which I will find in just a second. So it says 4K quality, video quality right here. 4K 1080, 720, or 480. You could do anti-flickering. I usually do 60 Hertz anti-flickering. So the shutter sound is on. So yeah, 4K video recording. Picture quality, you have AI, you have HDR. So when you turn HDR on, it shows you down here that HDR is on, so you can't use AI. So let's take a HDR shot of Roadblock. Okay, cool. Wow, the photo quality does look really good. This looks incredible. I like that quality when it comes to the pictures. So that was HDR, 64 megapixel camera. So I'm just gonna take a quick shot of my guy right here. Let's do it sideways so we get a little bit more, put him in the right position. All right, it took a couple of seconds to load, but as you can see, that looks really good. I just did the gesture for the volume. When you swipe up with 2 fingers, it's supposed to do the volume. I have to memorize. I gotta figure out how to do that, but I'll get used to all the features. But I just did the volume by accident. And then we have beauty mode, and we also have our Oka, QR code, mono, slow motion, pro mode, portrait mode, GIF mode, and panorama on here. which is really cool. So you have a lot of features, and then you also have your, let's flip it around and do a selfie shot with the 32 megapixel camera. Let me do it sideways so it can fit into the camera lens. Let me do a portrait. Oh, it says bokeh, so you could do a bokeh shot only on the rear. And then can I do portrait on the front? Let me see. Let's get out of this. So I flipped it around. So now we have nighttime shot, beauty. So we could do beauty on the front and portrait. Here it is. Let's do it sideways. Cool. So yeah, this is a really dope phone. I think I want to test out the speakers so you guys can hear the speakers. I just did the volume again, the volume shortcut. I got to figure out how I'm doing that. But this picture looks really good. Look, you can see the details on my face. That just looks really good with the 32 megapixel photos that is taken right now on the front. And then as far as the video on the front, we're getting, let me go into settings real quick. We're getting 1080 on the front for videos. So that's 4K on the rear and 1080 on the front. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and listen to the speakers real fast, and then I'll wrap up the video for you guys. So I'm just gonna put in a let me just see if I could download a song that I can play real fast, so you guys can hear the. I'll go to my channel real fast, C Butler, and let you guys hear the speakers real fast. Let's go to the shorts. So it's a single firing speaker. But this phone feels really solid. Like I'm definitely gonna have to put my SIM card in this, because it's got all the features. Look at the RGB light too when it plays music. Let me pause it. And then, so when it plays music, this RGB light turns on. Watch. That's kind of a cool feature. I really like that. That looks kind of sick. Look how clear the quality is on the shot right here. This is crazy. And then lastly, I'm gonna go ahead and play a video for you guys so you guys can see the video quality. Let's do 8K macro so we can get some details. But overall, the phone has a really nice feel in the hand, and it just feels smooth. I'm gonna do the pull down shade. You can see the notification pull down shade. We have volume. I like how they do the volume right there. Auto brightness, you can see it's doing auto brightness right there. This is really cool right here, how you could play around with that. I like the animation with that. And then you have your scroll across for more. Obviously the 5G is down here too, so you do get 5G with this phone, as well as all of your features down here. This is a solid mid-range phone, and I think it'll be good for gaming too. So it's got a really good display on here. It's got a very good texturized feel to it. We even get 2160 HDR quality with the 2K display, so you get higher resolutions with this display. Very bright. Let me make sure it's all the way up in brightness, and show you guys that real fast. So very cool, really cool. Then the lip on here is raised rubber because it's rubberized, and you can see it's got a rubberized feel all the way around it, which feels really good in my hands. So I'm definitely enjoying this phone a lot right now as far as the unboxing experience, and I look forward to putting my SIM card in here and testing it out even more It just has so many features when it comes to it. And obviously you can set up the shortcut button here to do 3 different things. The camping light. Wow, this is solid. Let me know what you guys think about the Hotwav Hyper 7 in the comment section. If you're still here, just type down below, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help beat the YouTube algorithm. I'll hit you back. I'll check you guys later. Namaste. Hey, what's going on, guys? So this is the Hyper 7 from Hotwav. This is the front-facing camera. Let me know what you guys think about the quality on the front of the camera. I definitely think both sides look really good. You get a 64 megapixel on the rear and a 32 megapixel on the front, and I think both of them do an excellent job. Hey, what's up? I'm just recording on the Hyper 7. This is 4K, and the farthest you can go when you zoom is 4x zoom. So once I get to a certain distance, I'll zoom into some of the areas around me. So right now you can see this is the phone, just walking, no gimbal, just holding it in my hand. Test out the zoom right now. So that's 4x zoom. You can see it still looks really sharp at 4x zoom. And let's zoom out while we're kind of panning around. It's a little bit choppy when you pan out. When you zoom out and zoom in, you can see there's a little bit of choppiness. It's not like a completely smooth transition, but the picture remains sharp. So I really like that part about it. And it is 4K, so it looks really good. Let's get this ant running across. So it does a decent job of autofocus too, as you can see. It's able to get that ant running across. There's another one right here.